understand that. That put it into terms that I can understand. Long season still ahead. Hopefully there's a turnaround coming for both those teams. Let's switch gears back to football. You went through the pick'em, so the updated standings, these are correct, and we have a better way of making sure that
70 games perfectly. It works. It's very nice.
Math and numbers are not my thing, and I texted you. Like, I'm not the data guy. We did the emergenetics thing and did our personality types. I was the lowest that you could be in the data. It just drives me my brain totally shuts down. I'm not the dumbest person in the world, but when it comes to numbers and data, I hate it. It's bad. I'm down by 5 games. So Niko at 48-22. I'm at 43-27.
By the way, you went perfect last weekend. By the way,
I hit 14 out of 15 or 14 out of 16 games in my mom's office pool. Still ended up losing. Heyo, because I had 48 for the point total in the Bronco game, and they had that by the second quarter. So I was that was not good. This is presented by Find a Good Brand. Find a Good Brand apparel. Go to findagoodbrand.com. Promo code BENCH BENCH. You get 10% off checkout for Find a Good Brand. Help you through the bad days, rainy days, ups and downs, whatever else that stands between you and a smile. They also donate 10% of all their proceeds to Mental Health America. So like we said last week, like we've continued to say since we've been working with Find a Good Brand, get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a sweatshirt, and help out somebody if you've ever had somebody go through mental health struggles, anything like that.
Black Friday may not be over, but we do still have a code for you to get some stuff off. So use it.
You can still use it. You still use it. It's great.
And before we get into this pickup, because the Broncos have a bye week, and I want to talk about this game because it may have been the most fucking exciting football game I've been to in 8 years. And this is not sugarcoating it. That Monday Night Football game was fucking cinema, Jimmy. I was sitting there and I was trying to figure out before, as I was walking into the stadium on Monday night, when was the last time that I remember specifically walking into a nightcap football game in Denver? And I remember what it was. It was the 10-9 fucking football game with Matt Ryan versus Russell Wilson. And I remember specifically wanting to gouge my fucking eyes out watching that football game. That was the most hideous football game.
Oh, well, when you saw Levi Wallace out there this week, you probably had the same feeling.
Oh, we'll get to that. Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that here in a minute.
There's a lot that we're going to get to this. This game is going to be brought back up. Don't trust us. Don't worry.
Times. But the Jameis Winston experience, my God, what a fucking experience.
667 yards. If you don't count the wrong teams that he threw for 667 yards.
Oh, man. I was watching this football game being like, I don't know what else I want from a football game. I've had 2 pick sixes.
Fullback touchdown, 2 pick sixes.
Fullback touchdown, 5 interceptions total. I saw a 97 or 93-yard touchdown pass followed by a 70-yard touchdown pass. The next fucking offensive play. Yeah. I was like, this game's drunk. I was like, this game's fucking drunk.
Well, I mean, look at the Broncos uniforms. Of course it was drunk.
Yeah, that's the conversation for another day. But I was just like, man, this is something.
There was a lot going on. I mean, there was. I had it. I was listening to other stuff, so I had it on without the sound, and I would just kept looking up periodically, and I'd go, "What? They threw what? Another one? Another really?"
Jimmy, I kid you, I wish I sat here and acted like I could be upset that Bo Nix didn't have that great a game or whatever. But Bo Nix fucking wins that football game for us. Sean Payton wins that football game for us. Our defense, Jaquan McMillan more specifically, not Levi Wallace, wins us that football game. This is a football team that is very, very complete. And you win 2 of the last 4 games, more specifically beating the Colts next week, not this week, next weekend. You're in the playoffs. Yep. You're in the fucking playoffs. You win 2 of the next 4, and more specifically winning next week's game, you're in the fucking playoffs. Unless something stupid happens. Oh man, look, I find it so discouraging as a Bronco fan, seeing all these Bronco fans that live in California because of John Elway and they're Lakers fans and Dodgers fans and trying to ride our coattails and saying Bo Nix sucks this and Bo Nix isn't as good as that. And I'm just like, look, Russell Wilson does not make football fun. This team is making football fun again.
The only reason Russell Wilson made it look like football was fun is because he's playing the worst defense of all time, which you guys get to play coming. We get to play coming up again. That Bengals game, but that's the game that Bo Nix is going to look like the next coming of whatever insert name quarterback that you want to put. Here's the thing. Do you not like winning football games?
By the way, Bo Nix.
Do you not like being competitive in every single drive and every single down?
Bo Nix would have had 3 touchdown passes if 2 of those weren't stopped on the 1 yard line. Javonte Williams had 3 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown. 1 yard carry, touchdown. Fullback dive, touchdown. How did we get that point? That's going 7 for 11 on third down with 156 passing yards on third down. By a rookie. By a fucking rookie. Russell Wilson doesn't win that game for us. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Like, don't get me wrong. Watching Jerry Jeudy cook my ass so quickly kind of hurt.
Hey, kudos to you. You said you called that. You called that out.
I know he was going to cook us. I knew it. I was like, he's going to come in and cook our ass.
I didn't think that he burned the toast that bad, but he burned the shit out of that toast.
He cooked our ass so fucking bad.
Eli Apple's looking at Levi Wallace like, thank God somebody else can finally take over that meme.
Oh my God. Like the statistic that blew my mind, and as I was riding the light rail back home after the game, I saw it come up. Jerry Jeudy had 2 receptions for 20 yards being guarded by Jerry Jeudy. Being guarded by Pat Surtain. Jerry Jeudy being guarded by Pat Surtain. You know how many yards he had guarded by everybody else?
163, 180, something like that.
200 plus yards, Jimmy.
Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad.
I literally what I thought was so funny, because I could see it from the game, watching at the game, seeing it on the field. Cleveland would motion Jerry Jeudy for the sole purpose of seeing if we were in man or zone. Oh, yeah. And the second we were in zone coverage and that Jerry Jeudy crossed the part of the field and saw Levi Wallace and Jaquan McMillan on the other end, the ball was going to him. The ball was going right to it. And that is what Jameis was.
Because that ended up being the reason why Jameis Winston threw that game away. Because what have we always said about Jameis Winston? He does not know linebackers exist. I said it last night. He walks past the linebacker room when they're watching film. He's like, "Hey, you guys part of the custodial staff? What's coaches? What's going on here? You guys play on the field? Oh shit, they play defense with 11 players."
You were at a game with me this year. Like we were the Carolina. I was chirping everybody. I sat there. I was like, I can't chirp Jameis. He's too likable. I can't fucking do it.
He's praying that the Lord delivers him from the pick six. Lord, Jesus, Lord, thank you for everything that you've given me in this life. And I pray, please deliver me from the pick six. Let me throw regular interceptions.
He makes this game so fucking fun to watch that I'm just like, there was Broncos fans sitting next to me. I was like, stop chirping Jameis. Like, I'm having a hell of a time. I don't know about you. This game's fucking, yeah, Jerry Jeudy's cooking her ass for 250 yards, but we are seeing something special out of Jameis Winston. Like it's, man, I was having so much fun. I was like, this is just such drunk football. Like Jaquan McMillan making the most insane grab for a touch for a pick and then going the opposite way for 60 yards, and Elijah Moore just walking off the field and not even touching him. I was like, oh my God, this is like Stefanski probably wants to pull his head off his body. Stefanski is a good head coach. He is a very solid head coach. I think management and ownership probably was forcing him down his throat to start Deshaun Watson, because I think he probably would have ran with Jameis, and they'd be a much better record than they are right now if they ran with Jameis the whole year. And he knows is like these fucking idiots. It's literally being like, oh, these guys are so fucking stupid. If I had some, it's like, and I'll put this in teacher terms because you're obviously a teacher. It's like walking into a classroom where you're like, these guys, I have a bunch of nice people that are good students that are getting A's on tests, but are getting A's on all their homework assignments, but failing every fucking test. And they throw spitballs at me, and they throw paper towels at me, and they will get kicked out of the classroom every once in a while. But they get their homeworks turned in on time every single time, and they're actually good kids and say thank you and please and thank you. But at the same time, they're also little shits. That's literally what this Cleveland Browns team is.
Did you come to school today? Did you watch my last couple classes? Because that hits eerily close to home. Actually,
what's Stefanski's doing? It's what Stefanski's doing.
I don't envy him at all.
I know you don't, because you still have Bengals ties. But like, going on the other flip side of this things, why I think this is so sustainable, and why I think that if we get the 5th seed, I think we could beat Houston, or if Pittsburgh wins their division, we could beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. Is that you look at what the key components of this team are? Jimmy, did you hear Myles Garrett's name said at all on Monday night?
No, because they schemed him out of contention.
did nothing. McGlinchey and Garrett Bowles had the game of their life making sure that Myles Garrett's name was not said. And that was because Bo Nix got the ball out in time and they made his life miserable. I saw Myles Garrett getting taken off the field panting. Obviously, the altitude of the place affected that. But like panting, being tired, taking plays off. And I was like, this is the defensive player of the year that I haven't heard his name once. TJ Watt made our life a living fucking hell. TJ Watt made our life a fucking living hell.
He sacked Bo Nix with his aura. I remember that.
Exactly. And Myles Garrett got torn to pieces. And then you look at the defensive line and what you're seeing from outside linebackers. Nick Bonito has turned himself into a top 5 pass rusher in football. He is the second leading pass or sack leader in the NFL. He had a pick 6 on Monday night. Him and Von Miller are the only 2 people in Broncos history to have a pick 6 and 10+ sacks in a season. And we are at week 14, Jimmy. And he did that. Like, he is an absolute all-world talent, and he is doing an excellent job where teams are now having to scheme towards him. That's going to make things life a lot easier for Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper, DJ Jones, who had a very, very solid game as well, making Nick Chubb basically incoherent and not even a part of the game plan at all, where James had to air the ball out. Man, I'm very, 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 very happy with the way this team is built, and I cannot stress this enough. This is Sean Payton's team. This is Sean Payton's team, and he has done such a good job building this franchise around. And he's proved that making the decision of Sean Payton over Russell Wilson was the right decision. Like, people, including the idiot on the fan, continues to say that Russell Wilson is going to win a Super Bowl for Sean Payton. By the way, Sean Payton won a Super Bowl before Russell Wilson, or whatever. He says, "Oh, Sean Payton's this wrong, this, that, and the other thing." Jimmy, I pose this question to you because obviously you're not necessarily a new fan of the Broncos, but you're new to being diehard. Like, do you think Sean Payton has more years of being an elite level head coach in the NFL, or Russell Wilson having more years being a playoff caliber quarterback that can win a championship in the NFL? Who has longer tenure?
It would be Sean Payton because
exactly.
he doesn't need as much around him.
Exactly.
What everybody is failing to realize is that Russ having success in Pittsburgh proves that he was obtuse here and refused to listen to any of the coaching staffs that he ever had and thought that he was going to be the hot shit. And Mike Tomlin has taken that out of him. Talk about not wanting to take the wag out of the puppy tail. He's like, yep, nope, you don't wag. You don't pee in the house. You go outside when I tell you. You come home when I ask. You come right to the door. There is no leeway. So that's what you have to do with Russ if you want to win, because that's exactly what Pete Carroll did in Seattle. Sean Payton can win with Bo Nix, and I'm not sitting here saying that there's another option that's better, but Sean Payton could sit here and win with a lot of other quarterbacks
playing his way. And Russell Wilson just refused entirely to do that. And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like Russell Wilson hasn't played well this year, because he has. He's done a very, very good job in Pittsburgh ever since he came back in for relief. But frankly, I will take Bo Nix and Sean Payton for the next 10 fucking years over Russell Wilson for the next 3. Right? Everyone wants to make the joke that Bo Nix is 60 years old. The motherfucker's 24 years old.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are playing until they're fucking 40. Joe Flacco is still in the NFL, Jimmy. I'm not calling fucking Bo Nix Joe Flacco by any means, but that career trajectory might not be bad. Like I'm not saying Bo Nix is going to be Drew Brees, but Drew Brees didn't have his prime until he was in his mid-20s, late 20s when he went to New Orleans. He was terrible in San Diego with the Chargers. He was terrible. Like I can see the flip side of thing that Russell Wilson wasn't the problem. He absolutely wasn't the problem. Nathaniel Hackett was the worst fucking coaching hire in the history of the NFL. Plain simple. If we had a better coaching staff that first year, frankly, could have got, I don't even fucking know. I don't even remember that coaching tree, but you could have got somebody that year outside of Nathaniel Hackett thinking that you're going to get Aaron Rodgers. This team could have been set up a lot better, frankly. That was the worst decision this team ever made.
I'm pretty sure that was Kevin O'Connell.
I think O'Connell was that year. You're right. And
speaking of Joe Flacco, Kevin O'Connell and Joe Flacco were drafted in the same draft class.
Wow. But like, as a Bronco fan, if you're not enjoying this team, go fucking watch Dancing with the Stars, or like go do something else. I'm dead serious. Get the fuck off the train. Like, if you're not having fun with this team, not having fun enjoying wearing orange and blue on Sunday / Monday / Thursday nights, go fucking do something else. Go find a fucking new hole to dig yourself into. Go back to watching the Lakers be bums. We don't fucking want you. We don't want you. Plain and simple, we don't want you. So like it's a